Evening and a warm welcome to the FA Cup's fifth round weekend with a couple of fourth round replays chucked in for good measure. 4 games played today and not everything went with the form book. Everton and Chelsea couldn't be split at Goodison in game 1. Would the holders come unstuck against the Toffees? Replay time at Stamford Bridge. Brighton are flying high in League One under Gus Poyet. Could they reach the quarter-finals by winning at Stoke? Conference, but cash-rich, Crawley hope for the day of their lives at Old Trafford. Would Manchester United give Mr Evans and friends a warm welcome? And Birmingham have already booked a League Cup final spot at Wembley. Sheffield Wednesday stood in their FA Cup path. So, lots to look forward to over the next hour in the company of Sam Allardyce, who'll review today's action and preview tomorrow's. Now, Brighton have won a lot of plaudits in League One and could well win the division. They've also had a pretty good cup run, beating Watford and Portsmouth to set up today's trip to Stoke. Only Kenwyne Jones was missing from Stoke's strongest side. Meanwhile, the Brighton boss Gus Poyet gave a start to his cup goalkeeper, Petr Brezovan. Commentary at the Britannia from Jim Proudfoot.
Etherington's corner, plenty of swerve on it. And they'll have another opportunity. Walters making the run in towards the near post. Brighton have so far dealt with the aerial onslaught pretty ably. In again from Delap, and the goalkeeper got something on it, but not enough. And it was the presence of John Carew that has done the job here for Stoke City. Brezovan given absolutely no room, and Carew just flicked it over him and into the net. Stoke's early domination, bringing 4 long Rory Delap throws, and from the 4th they have scored. Pugh forward for Pennant. That's a good ball in from Wilson, the flick headers it. John Walters doubles the lead. And inside the first quarter of the game, Stoke have a 2-0 advantage. Excellent ball in from Wilson. And Walters' movement was what really created the opportunity. And Brezovan just too slow to react. In it comes from Etherington. Another testing ball inside the penalty area. Brezovan coming out without a great deal of conviction. Walters dinking it back in, and it's Greer that clears off the line. Brezovan, on his recall to the Brighton side, is just having one of those afternoons. Painter's ball forward, just about stayed in play. Tony Pulis not happy, had a good view of it. Barnes with a reverse ball for Murray. Back for Ashley Barnes. That's the kind of opportunity Brighton have to take if they're to get themselves back into this cup tie. Well, Matt Etherington was a doubt coming into the game because of the hamstring problem that he's been suffering from in recent weeks, and it looks as though there's an aggravation of that injury, which is going to prevent him taking any further part. In comes Ricardo Fuller. Hasn't scored in his last 13 games, a run that stretches back to the goal against Liverpool in November. Now they have real problems at the back, Brighton. 3 against 3 as Stoke bring it forward. It's Fuller taking on Elphick. He's got Carew in support. Has to make do with the corner in the end. Pennant's near post corner again, flicked in and in for 3-0. Shawcross this time. 3 goals, 3 headers. And Brighton are heading out of the FA Cup. Haven't done themselves justice in any shape or form today. Bennett. And back towards Bennett. The referee has a long, hard look. No penalty. Dicker. This is much better from Brighton, but they don't get the goal that their second half efforts deserve. Here's Bennett. And Bennett again. Huth throwing himself into the line of fire. No foul on Whelan. Play goes on as Brighton continues to look for this consolation, and Sorensen denies Forster-Caskey a spectacular goal.
Gus, did you feel as though your players did themselves justice today?
Well, we try. I think the best part from us is that we didn't change our game. We try, we put ourselves under pressure for trying to match. Of course, we were a little bit nervous. There was a little bit of tension. We were not very good on the ball in the first half. So, we knew that to have a small chance of winning the game, we needed to be spot on technically.
You're 3 wins away from winning the FA Cup.
If you can do me a favour and pull that ball out first, then I'll be, I'll be really happy with that. But we've won a game today, which we really set our stall out to win. I think it's the first time in the club's history that it's had consecutive quarter-final appearances in the FA Cup. So that's great credit to our players again.
Hopefully this year for Stoke I can continue scoring important goals in the FA Cup. I know what it means to the Stoke fans and the club and the players and me as well. So it would be fantastic to achieve something there. Really, really try to write history. That would be nice.
Well, the set-piece specialists beat the pretty passers. Sometimes it's the other way around. This time it's the Premier League team. But again, you don't underestimate Stoke, do you?
Well, I was a bit surprised about Gus Poyet saying he come to play his normal game, and if you go and watch Stoke City, you do your scouting, your normal game you cannot play if it's a passing game because Stoke don't let you. And then it's about dealing with the sustained pressure that they put you under. They've scored 2 goals off set pieces, but if you look at the build-ups, it's constant pressure from one corner, another corner, the long throw, and then it's a goal. And that pressure they put you under is very, very difficult to deal with the players that they've got. So play with 2 wingers to get that ball in the box. They've got really big players and score goals from set pieces and in open play, and made very easy work today at Brighton.
Effective team. 3 down, 1 to go. We're off to the second city next to see if Sheffield Wednesday would have a happy Saturday for a change. Gary Megson looking for his first win since taking over, but Birmingham's cups are more than half full this season. The best of the Blues and the Owls next.